precious babies you brought home, that ain't them. This is a thing. This is a hell spawn. This is a teenager, the most ungrateful creature God ever let draw breath. And if you are a parent of a teenager, I want you to know that I have started the Underground Railroad for us. We heading for the river tonight. Keep low, keep the moon at your back. If you get lost, read the quilt, it's a map. Now, I can help you with your teenage problem because I got 4 grown children. I had 5, but talk when I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? Now, I can help you when you have teenagers, you and your husband got to be like a fist. Are you not in the front? And when you have teenagers, you got to speak the language of teenagers. When a teenager goes, you, when they go, whatever, that means you. Surprise their ass back and go, F you too, bitch. What you want to do, motherfucker? Ain't never space happening who live in here. How you living? How you living? Thank you for letting me be myself, y'all. Thank you.
Very funny, very. She used to have her own show called Thea. I know y'all gonna enjoy it. She's from Washington, D.C. Y'all put your hands together for Thea Badar!
Y'all are seeing me uncut. I'm undone. I'm not made up.
It's all
you
good.
Wanted to see me just like I am, and this is how the hell I am.
That's what I'm talking about. It's all good.
Because this is, you know, Zoom is okay. I don't mind.
Yeah.
You know, you can smoke and drink water and, you know, move the house around and shit. Did I forget my water? I sure did, silly bitch. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Anyway, here I am. That is all of me.
So let's start. I want to start with where you grew up and how you started on your comedic pathway.
Well, I was born in Washington, D.C. I am the product of John and Vera McTwire. My dad was in the military and he was stationed at Bowling. I was born at Walter Reed. Went to Catholic school.
Me too.
And when they could beat you, you went when they stopped beating you. And if I had to say, I've always been silly. And I knew from a young age what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a star, an actress, and I didn't know how to get there, but I would later find out from the oddest place at a redneck sundown kind of town called Pasadena, Texas.
Yes.
We have a sign saying, "Nigga, don't let the sun go down on you." And I worked at a restaurant there called Steak and Egg Kitchen. And, you know, I was the first Black to work there. And the only reason they hired me is because I had tenure, because I worked in the Steak and Egg Kitchen when I was a teenager in Victoria. So these people came up to me and they said, "You don't belong here." I said, "We gonna go there? Really?" And they said, "No, we don't mean it that way. We mean you're funny." Because they would come in drunk from Gillies. I don't even know if you remember that, the Urban Cowboy explosion. And they just wanted to sober up and eat. And they would come in and at 10, you know, late at night. I worked from 10 to 6 in the morning. I called it the lynching hours because that's what I thought historically were the lynching hours in my mind. Because I said, I'm in here by myself. Because I was like Waffle House. I was by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was the cook, the dishwasher, the waitress. I was everybody. The bouncer. I was every fucking body.
Yeah.
So at first they were people would say, would look me in my face and say, "We can't eat here." And they would say, "Why?" And they look at me and say, "Why?" and point. And that's an experience that no human being should ever have to experience it. But I experienced it several times. But then I needed that money for my babies.
Yep.
My husband had got laid off. Reagan was in office. Ugh.
Oh Lord.
So I was really, really hard pressed. They said, you should be a comedian. I said, oh boy, shut up. So the next week they took me to the comedy club, the comedy showcase.
Yeah.
And I looked at the people on stage and I thought to myself, maybe I am meant to do this. So the owner said, you want to come back next week? I said, yeah, I'll come back. The next week was my birthday. I performed on my birthday.
Ain't that something?
And I down some shit I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And I just looked at the three people that brought me to the comedy club. I didn't dare look at the audience. I just looked at my three friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just a talking. And next thing I know, everybody is laughing, but I'm not looking at them.
You're looking at your three friends.
Talking about what happened at the steak and egg kitchen. And then the more I talked, the more they fell out laughing. And then I saw the little red light. That meant for me to get off. I said, well, this is the first time I've done this, and I think I've had a good time. I hope y'all had a good time. And thank you very much. And I got my happy ass off that stage, which was a relief in my mind. But little did I know, I couldn't leave it alone. Couldn't leave it alone. It was where I belong. I was where I found my spot in the world.
Yeah. Now, one of my favorite comedians, rest his soul, was Rodney Dangerfield, and I heard that he discovered you.
Yes.
And try to stop smoking. That's a beauty, huh? Well, with cigarettes, my wife and I, we made a deal, my wife and I. We only smoke after sex. I got the same pack now since 1975. What bothers me is my wife. She's up to 3 packs a day.
Okay. They were doing comics Dirtiest Dozen. Bill Hicks, Larry Reed, Travis, Chris Rock.
Wow.
Who else? Bill Hicks. All of us. And I sent in a tape. Well, Rodney called me. And my girlfriend, she answered the phone. She said, Thea. I said, what? She said, Rodney Dangerfield's on the phone. I said, oh, shut the fuck up, lying. You always got lying. She said, no, I'm telling you, it's him on the phone. I said, you know what? You play too much. She goes, I'm telling you, it's him. I said, okay. I said, hello? He said, Thea, this is Rodney. Yo, this is Rodney. I said,
yeah.
Rodney who? Rodney Dangerfield. I said, oh shit.
Yeah.
I want you to come to New York.
Wow.
And do this show and stuff. And I was like, oh my God. And then I was talking loud, and he said, because I was so excited. He says, lower your voice.
Yeah.
He said, he said, I just love your act. You are so down. We saw your tape, just saw it. And he was very, you would think he was urban. But back in his generation, Jews were urban. So anyway, he said, you are so down. I just love you. You are so down. I'm gonna have somebody call you with all the particulars. And off to New York I went. And I had somebody try to, I'm gonna say this, a little white boy named Rick Messina gonna try to talk down. You lucky to be here. I said, bitch, you called me. I didn't call you. You get your mind right. Shit, fuck you. That bullshit.
Now I did have a question.
Huh?
No, I said I did have a question, but you just answered it. I was going to ask you I heard you used to smoke weed on why you was on stage, but you just answered it just now for me.
This is a cigar.
Okay.
But I did. So there you have it. And when I went to Amsterdam, I smoked weed on stage. I was the happiest bitch I ever was. I sat down, smoked me a joint, and just started talking. And if I could really do my show, I would do it with me smoking weed. I would. I'd smoke me a joint and just talk to people and tell exactly how I feel.
But
Or cigarette. You know, they let Dave Chappelle smoke on stage.
I know. Yeah. See, and I was.
They let Griffin smoke on stage. Why can't I smoke on stage?
Because they scared of you.
Yes.
Because they scared of you.
They ain't scared of them men. And do what they want to do. How come I can't smoke? I don't give a shit about what you're going through.
Now, for me, I think that you should have been on the original Queens of Comedy.
That wasn't gonna happen. I don't do politics. I don't kiss ass. I don't kiss ass. I'm not gonna beg you. I have been on the Queens of Comedy, but it was in Houston.
Okay. So
they wasn't gonna let me be on it. They wasn't, because of the powers that be. They seem to think, you know, people know. Why? I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn about no politics. I give a damn about the body of work. That's what I give a damn about.
And I think that's what's missing in comedy now.
Oh, the men get to have a lot of body of work. Tiffany Haddish has a lot of body of work.
She does. Yeah, she does.
She took off like a jet once Kevin Hart helped her.
I know.
I have no benefactor. I never did. Rodney Dangerfield let me do my first TV pilot with him on NBC, which was really fun. And the show didn't go any further, really, but it was really fun to do it with him. And Rodney, he was cool. And everybody, when we, Jeff Foxworthy, we went to go see him at Bally's because he invited us. And they were all kissing his ass, just kiss his ass. And I just, if y'all gonna be licking his balls and shit, I'm gonna need to move around. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Me and my girlfriend, we went there. Rodney's got a robe on. He ain't got no drawers on. I don't want to see this. But I want to see how big stars did it. And let me tell you something. Rodney hit late in life. He hit very late in life. And you know what? When he hit to the right people.
He did.
They spend their money to come see him. And older people. But let me tell you something. When he got on stage, he hadn't said one word and everybody was up on their feet. It was amazing. It was amazing. Another person that got on stage, and I saw that happen, Richard Pryor. He was in the wheelchair. Uma Thurman rolled him up. They stood up as he was being rolled up on the stage. It was amazing. And that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Now who would you say is some of your favorite comedians for you?
Richard Pryor, George Carlin, God rest their souls. I do find Dave Chappelle interesting. I do find him interesting.
Now,
because they talk about something.
They do, yeah. Dave Chappelle always has a message.
Yeah, but he talks mostly about black and white.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
It's black and white. That's what he talks about, the black and white. I can talk about black and white too. But there is a difference between me and these men. Sometimes men can go through doors I can't go through. But I still go through them anyway. I just go around the other way. I say, if I said all the shit I really wanted to say, which I will one day in a one-woman show, it will make your hair curl. Because I'm sick. You know what pisses me off? And I'm digressing from the point, but I'm just going to say this. Have you noticed that Black women are getting more plastic surgery? Have you noticed that?
Anything? Yes.
Okay, now they're getting bigger titties and bigger asses. Why would you mangle your body to be what you to identify with Kim Kardashian and her tribe when you're the template of how they wanted to look?
How they wanted to look.
Their bodies to be like Black women's body, and you a Black woman with a big ass and big lips and big titties, and you sitting up there going to Costa Rica to get a plastic surgery on your ass, you stupid jackass. And don't you know you are the template that any Black woman is the template of what white women and any other woman wants to be.
But if I can destroy you and make you feel lower than how I feel about myself, I win.
If she lay out in the sun, she'd be a nigga. I ain't lying. Kim Kardashian, Chloe, all them bitches, lay out in the sun, you be a nigga in a minute. You already a nigga by default. You got all of y'all want Black men. You want every Black man?
Yeah, every last one of them.
Okay, tell me that you don't want no white man. Well, I guess not.
And
I don't know what Kim Kardashian's pussy. She didn't make Kanye crazy.
Everybody who touched one of them Kardashians, they lose their damn mind.
I don't know what it is. I think it's their mama. They probably in there. They probably from Louisiana, going in the bayou in their backwoods, putting the root on a motherfucker. That's probably what it is. Like in that Richard Pryor. And plus, I'm in love with a bitch I can't stand. That's Kanye's problem. That's Kanye's problem. He in love with a bitch he can't stand.
Yeah. And he still to this day walk around say that they ain't divorced.
That, you know what? Kanye, his fall was when his mama died.
That's exactly what.
He ain't never grieved for his mama.
And he never been able to recover.
He just kept going. He just kept going. And his wife didn't even, I don't know, I'm not gonna accuse her of nothing, but I wanna say, did you say, wait a minute, stop. I need you here because my mama-in-law died and your mother died. I need you to stay here with me and let's see what we can do. We need to grieve.
But that wasn't.
He didn't grieve.
No.
That's what's no. Boy, his Cootie Brown. He walking in the walls and talking to himself. Shit.
I know.
I got a picture that same way. She used to take a fire engine when the moon was full and run it up a fucking telephone pole. I know crazy when I see it.
Yeah. Now I want to talk about your thoughts on society wanting to censor comedians for the freedom of speech.
You know what? You can't, you see, people talk about, I'm so sick of people talking about communism and shit. It's getting to be America's a communist company. Cause they want you to wear a motherfucking mask, you stupid bitch. Let me tell you something. Communism is the absence of free speech. And I don't give a fuck who mad. I should be able to say what the fuck I want. White folks say what the fuck they want.
There you go.
Politicians get on stage and daises and just lie their fucking ass off.
Every single day.
So you say what you want to say, but you don't want to hear what we want to say. And what I'm saying is funny, and what you saying is lies. And I'm going to continue to say what the fuck I want, and that's what it is.
Because it's the truth. Comedy.
They have the right to speak their own truth. And I think that when you start censoring people, you are stealing ideas and thoughts, and you want people to have thoughts, and that's the sign of a breakdown in society. And let me tell you something. This has really gotten heavy. It wasn't until Trump got in office, and nobody can tell me, and I've asked Trump supporters, why are you so sensitive about that bastard? Why? I talked about every president I've ever voted for. Obama, all of them. But this one is your God. That's your Messiah. The Bible said, look out for false prophets.
But I think it's because he gives them the confidence to say what they really want to say anyway.
Yeah, he gives them the confidence to also get their ass whooped. And he's never there to take nobody to the hospital.
Talk about it.
He ain't never there to take nobody. Just like he said, if you beat up that black man in that rally, I'll get you out of jail. No, he wasn't. He didn't do nothing for the veteran that was in the wheelchair. Remember that?
Yep, he didn't do nothing. There you go.
A damn thing for him. And the people that support him the most are poor white people. They might as well come on over here to Nigger Town and get your mind right.
Yeah.
Because that's the white man's biggest fear. That's his biggest fear, being a nigger. That's his fear. Late at night, when he put his babies to bed in a trailer house with 3 wheels on it and some bricks. His greatest fear is that he will be what he perceives is low.
Kind of brings me to Monique. Back what you was talking about, how it's harder for women to go through things. And what do you think about the situation with Monique and the Netflix boycott?
Okay, first of all, the call for the boycott was a big mistake. Okay, you can't go. You have to know who you're doing battle with. When you ain't got that kind of pull where niggas will join together. First of all, black folk, we don't collaborate well with each other.
No.
And we don't stand up for each other as we should. And when I see people that do stand up for black people, I applaud them. However, the boycott of Netflix, it was about dollars and asses in the seats. That's what they wanted to see. They wanted to see her showcase for them, and because she put asses in the seats. That's what that was about. The offer of $500,000 was not a bad offer. I would have took the offer. She brought up Amy Schumer, but Amy Schumer filled up Madison Square Garden.
Yes, she did.
Okay? When you can fill up Madison Square Garden, then maybe say some shit. You can say some shit, but you haven't.
Yeah.
You haven't.
Yeah.
So you can't come in screaming foul when you can't produce what they want you to produce. She should have did the showcase, got the money, and build from that. Or go to Epics, like Wanda Sykes did.
Yeah, yep.
But you can't call the arms and say boycott Netflix because they won't pay me. Everybody else, Chris Rock, proving themselves. And it's a matter of, have you proved yourself to them? That's what it is. I'd have took that $500,000 and got the fuck on. I wouldn't have could feel me or not at that point, because I got $500,000. Bye, bitch.
That's exactly.
Bye, bitch. I'm going to Epics. Going next door, see if I can collect some change over there. See what's popping over there. But that wasn't in her repertoire. And that's fine. That's fine. But I support all women, but I wish I had caught her in the beginning when she didn't go to the Cannes Film Festival. And sometimes when good things start happening for us, we start acting, get our ass on our back and think you can dish other motherfuckers because you think you're better than them at that time. And when you should be going back and talking to people who would know and listen and hear what they are telling you. If she had went to, when Oprah Winfrey tell you to bring your ass on, bring your ass on.
Yeah, you better go. Yep.
Stop bullshitting.
Now, years ago, how hard was it? How hard was it for you as a Black woman to get that syndicated show, Thea?
For ABC to pick me?
On ABC, yep.
No easy thing, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, God had to maneuver a lot of shit. I got it, and I didn't believe it. You know what? I was so. It was a lot of pulling strings. Let me just say that.
Mm-hmm.
Thea, if you remember, it was Grace on the Fire, Roseanne, Grace on the Fire, me, Tim Allen, and everybody loved Raymond. Let me tell you something. These shows were based on their acts. My show was based. Grace on the Fire was based on a working class poor person kind of stuff, like Roseanne, but just a single mother. But the difference was my show wasn't based on my act; it was based on my philosophy of raising children. And my philosophy is this: sometimes you got to knock a motherfucker out. You just do. You gotta whoop that ass. I mean, and I'm a firm believer in getting the ass whooping ain't the worst thing that can happen to you. But going to the jail and seeing your child in jail, that's the worst. That's one of the worst things that can happen to you. And I've seen my child in jail. I told him after we got him out, if you go back again, motherfucker, you won't see me. Because you wasn't raised like this. You had a mama and a daddy. I don't even know what fucking movie you watching. But change that channel. I thought that Thea should have stayed on for at least 5 years.
So that was one of my shows.
Because I thought I represented a mother that was positive, but she was firm. And some people said I was violent. You ain't seen me hit nobody.
No.
You see me grab somebody. There are millions of mothers out here, white, Black, Latina, all of them. Probably even Asian mothers. When they had enough of their children shenanigan, if you got 3-4 children, you got one child, I always want to test you.
You're gonna snatch their ass up.
You'll snatch them up. Grab Jason. And I did say, what did you do? You know, what the fuck is that? That is not the worst thing I could have done. No.
But it was easy to use that to have
to
something.
Say I was. It's like, compared to who?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like those white people. They had a script one time where the children were so disrespectful, even they looked at me like, help us. They were like, They looked at me. I said, oh, hell no. We were at the table read, and I mean, Jason Weaver was reading, Uncle so-and-so ain't nothing but old fool. And I said, oh, hell to the no. We don't talk about our grown folk, our children talk about our grown folk like that. No. And they said, well, can we finish reading the script? I said, we're going to finish reading it because I'm fair. But this is, no. The language of the script, and I had seen the original script that the script they gave everybody else was the script that they wanted me to see. But they didn't know I had read the script that they had wrote that I wasn't supposed to see. And when I read that bitch, and I read how they wrote the script that we were reading, I said, oh, y'all think y'all slick. Oh, I'm an old bitch. Oh, no, Jesus, we ain't gonna do this. We mother's not playing that. So then we get up there, and after we finish reading the script, I said, gentlemen, and I'm talking to all the writers and the executive producers, and I said, gentlemen, I'd like to see you in my dressing room now. And I walked to my dressing room, and I opened that door, and I let them in. And I said, what is this? And one guy got up and he said, I can't speak for everybody else, but I will not be spoken to in this manner. I said, oh, last time I checked, Thea was at the top of your paycheck, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he got quiet. I said, I'll punch you in the fucking mouth. Chuck Vincent. I had a lot of problems on my show that nobody knew about. They probably knew, didn't tell nobody. But Chuck Vincent, one episode, we went to lunch and we came back, and then he gave us a 2-hour break, and it was the day we were supposed to get the script up on his legs. The run through was horrible because you can't give no kids no 3-hour break. They went to at Universal City and was riding rides and shit.
Yeah.
Came back. Of course they're not gonna be on point.
Yeah.
Because we ain't practice. So Chuck Vincent, they take him in the office, the production office. He start lying and saying, I didn't want to rehearse. And I had a funny feeling about something all day. Something was nagging me. And I said, Bernie, something is wrong, but I don't know what it is, and I can't put my fingers on it. Because I feel like, that's my spirit telling me something. And oh, honey, I said, Bernie, he said, Thea, do you want me to come? I said, I called him 2 or 3, 4 times, and I said, Bernie, I just have this, something is wrong. He said, I'm on my way. So we do the fucked up run through. And Bernie gets there and he walks in the door as Chuck Vincent is telling them that I didn't want to rehearse. And Chuck didn't even know Bernie was there. And he said, that's a lie. I bet my life on that woman. She wants to work. She didn't tell you that. So then they went and got the assistant director, a PA, and he had got to her and asked her to lie on me. He said, Louise, you got to tell him she didn't want to rehearse. She said, I'm not going to lie on that woman like that. And I was just like, so when I saw Chuck Vincent, who happened to be a Black director, and it was just, I said, nigga, how dare you lie on me to the white man? And that's the kind of Judas shit that was going on there. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm a fighter. Back then, I wasn't walking with God, because I would fight people. I would. It took me 3 times to get baptized. I'm not lying. It was bad. So I wanted to whoop Andrew Suskind's ass. And white folk fight different. They go to dinner with you. They give you a gift. You give them a gift. And that's how we roll. That's how they roll. And then we proceed to tell each other what we ain't gonna do. He says, I want Mary Ellen gone. And I said, I want Mary Ellen to stay. He said, well, we at an impasse. I said, well, if she go, you go right behind her then. So both you motherfuckers is gone. Well, I don't think I can do that. I said, well, I think you can. So Mary Ellen stayed, and Andrew stayed too. But I wanted Andrew to stay gone because Andrew didn't write, he couldn't direct, he couldn't do anything. And I thought I had this winning team because they were on Bill Cosby's show. But when I talked to Cosby, I knew the boat was sinking. And he told me all about Bernie Kukoff and everything, and I just knew. And that was a turd. So it's okay.
Back to the show, Thea. How was it working with Brandy? And I heard.
No, tell me what you heard, and I'll answer.
I was just getting ready to say. Now I heard that y'all was having problems, or it was hard. I heard that it was hard for you to work with her. I don't believe it, but
I'm gonna tell you, it was hard to work with her. 14-year-old girls are nasty. especially when they try to be sneaky and grown. I don't put children on pet. Children should stay in a child's place. Do your job and shut the fuck up. There's always something going on with them. I don't have no beef with them. They tried to create some beef with me recently, about a few months ago. And I said, I'm not your enemy. You won, bitch. You don't know when you won? You the big star now? Then move on. I was child, bitch, you was evil. Quit fucking around. I have never told anything what you did on that show. I never said nothing. I haven't said anything, and I won't say anything. But she was hard to work with. Her and her mother were not nice people, and that's what I'm looking for that. And I'm cool with them now because it's 20 years later, and even God can't change the past.
They must not have known about Mama Benjamin in the WWE.
Obviously not.
I remember watching you in the WWE. I remember.
I liked it.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, I remember watching you in the WWE.
If ever there was one. It was funny. I should write a book. It was funny.
Now you should. Yeah, you should.
I don't even know if any people are interested in that shit, but I'll tell you this one. Every time Shelton Benjamin showed me a guy in a suit, and they were all white men. They can fire you. They can fire you. They can fire. You don't tell me what they do for the WWE. You just tell me they can fire me if they want to. And I thought to myself, that is so fucked up. That all you do is tell me they can fire me. I said, I can't go around here being scared of people. They can fire me. I can't operate like that. I'm not gonna be scared. Because the guy was behind me. I didn't know he was there. And he scared me. I said, what the fuck? And he goes, that guy can fire you. Well, what's his name and what does he do? Vince McMahon told me I'm intimidating to a lot of them people. Really? You mean these big 6'8" motherfuckers are scared of me? All these muscle-bound men are impaired. Man, go somewhere and sit down.
I told you in the beginning they scared of you. That's why you wasn't on Queen's Comedy. That's why all that stuff was going on. Because they scared of you.
They can be scared. They can be scared. They didn't take the chance to take the time to get to know me. It's a lot of people never took the time. They told this one club owner I worked for her in Indianapolis. She said, I heard you were such a bitch. And I said, have I showed you anything other than what I am? But you're very nice. You're so sweet. I said, well, thank you, sweetheart. I said, now you've been with me a whole week. Ask them what they did to me to make me mad. I only act ugly when you make me mad. 9 times out of 10, but I did get a little harried on the show because sometimes people would just aggravate me.
But that's natural. I mean, that's natural. That's gonna happen anywhere. That's gonna happen anywhere you go.
But I really did like the WWE. That was fun. But Shelton Benjamin, I don't know if we'll ever get to work together again because he's very seldom on it. And he was the best athlete of all of them at the time. And they would be walking around pumping iron and lifting weights and stuff. Shelton be walking around eating Twizzlers and Twix. His body was just natural. He had a natural ability that none of them had. He was the most athletic out of all of them. That was amazing. But I found this show, I found the whole thing amazing. Mama, they chanted in England, where's your mama? Told them they should have brought me to England. I would have turned it out. Turned it out. They'd have loved me. So I've been blessed to get to do a lot of things that a lot of people wouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
My mother brought it to my attention. She said, you can come on home now because with your career, you've done stuff that thousands, millions would have given their life to have what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that now. So I'm cool.
Now, is there anything that you haven't accomplished that you still want to do?
I want to do a movie where I'm an old woman that gets around that's a gangster. So I also want to be a person in a movie that gives wisdom and makes Black people remember we used to love each other. We used to love each other. I'd like to be a blessing to somebody, to millions if I could, where we could talk about man's frailties. Because man is frail. He's very frail. He doesn't think he is, but he is. He's frail. Even Donald Trump is frail.
Mm-hmm. That's why he acts the way he acts.
That he's frail and he's scared. He's scared. He don't want nobody. He pretends like he's not scared, but has he got his businesses back from his children?
Everything you just described, that could be your documentary.
Yeah.
That ain't movie.
I would like to do something where people just say, these are just my thoughts. When you go to bed at night, I wanted to do those policemen that kill innocent Black men and women and children. Do you sleep good? Do you sleep really good?
I wonder that too.
Do you sleep good? Do you fear God's wrath? Because it's coming. It's coming. Every time one of y'all get killed, you feel broken. But you want us to feel broken too, but we can't, because we can't trust you. We can't trust you. We can't trust our neighbors. Because they'll call the police just because they know they can call them and get in trouble.
That brings me, I read a story years ago. I read a story about you where you had the KKK.
The KKK had called the comedy club in Cleveland, Ohio, and told them they better not let that nigga on stage. They didn't tell me till much later, after the show, after I'd been shaking hands with all these white people and taking pictures with them and selling them CDs and all of this shit. I said, so you would put my life in danger and not protect me?
Wow.
Because it's a packed house.
Money, root of all evil.
The love of money is the root of all evil. And when I found that out, I just looked at them all different. But I wasn't afraid, and I didn't become afraid because I figured God was with me. And he was. He was with me. God had been with me a long time. Even when I felt like he wasn't with me, he was with me.
Yep. That's what you. I'm looking out for a documentary of you now. I'm looking out for a book. I'm excited. I'm ready to, because like I said, I followed you from when I was young, when I watched you on Def Comedy Jam, on Comic View, when my mom and my dad used to cuss me out and tell me turn that off. I would sneak and I would go watch, because you was real. And it was, a lot of times on television, you didn't see that. And it was refreshing to me.
you know, I was, and I was quiet as it's kept. I don't know if Monique ever remembered, but I took Monique to her first Hollywood party, and it was Stevie Wonder's birthday.
Wow.
And she slept in my house. And her and her mother, because I said I have to move out because it was right after a big earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
I said because of the infrastructure damage. Well, we'll move in. We can afford it. Who does that?
Mm.
People from Baltimore. This is country as the day is long. I'm glamorous. Okay. You're glamorous. But I looked at it as a young girl.
Mm.
And their mother coming down here. She wanted to rent a wreck. And we went and saw O.J. Simpson's house. And you know, she was so excited. People think we was glad OJ got away with it. We didn't think OJ was gonna get away with it. He killed a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman that was like a unicorn for white folk.
You ain't lying.
Blonde, that's a no-no.
Yeah.
So when you see when he won, that's when we realized what money could do. That if you got the right money and the right lawyer, you can get out some shit.
Mm-hmm.
He did some shit that the Kennedys did. We ain't never seen no shit like that. He was like the Robinson of getting niggas out of jail. We ain't never seen no shit like that. You know, I knew that nigga was, I bet my weed money that he was going to jail. And when they said not guilty, I said, oh my Lord, this nigga got away with it.
Yeah.
And I did. And I said, and white people were mad at black people. I said, what do you think about I went to a party one time. I'm the only black person. They gonna ask me what I think about OJ. I said, I think he's free. That's what I think. And I think you think black folk claim him. Hell, he don't even claim us.
No, he don't claim us, no.
He couldn't go back to find another white woman fast enough. I was in Vegas when they arrested him. And they took that Rolex off his arm to give to the Goldman family. Motherfucker was a fake Rolex. It was just fucked up all the way around. They set him up. He's so arrogant, he couldn't see he was being set up. They took his shit. He came to go get his shit. One of the guys he was with had a gun. He didn't have a gun, but he the one going to jail. Ain't that like a blip? I feel like after that, I wouldn't have messed with no more white women. I wouldn't even eat salmon. That's how the fuck would I wouldn't. Don't get me wrong, because I know people listening. I bet you they're saying shit.
That's all right.
Let's get something straight. You can fall in love with somebody white. I'm not saying no. I'm all for love. All for need more of it. But what happens is, when you only date white women, you say to black women that we're not shit. But we the shit when you in college and you don't have no food and we share our top ramen noodles with your ass. When you go to jail, when we put money on your books and show you love, you love us, love us when we need something. When you're under the foot of a white man, we still stand by you. And then when everything is over and things get well for you, things get better for you, and you start to climb out of that gutter,
you turn your back.
You turn your back on us just that quick. Act like it's all right, and it's not. It's not right to do that to anybody. To say to white women that you're better than black women, that's what that says. It's not about preference. At that point, it's not about preference. It's about you actually believe that shit. And you telling her that why we ain't shit. So now she thinks she can tell us why we ain't shit. maybe you need to take. I read an article about a white woman said maybe if black women learn how to treat their man, they wouldn't be coming to us. Really? And a black man responded to what she said, and he told her off. He told her the black woman's, we suckle from the black woman. The black woman is a warrior. She's strong. She doesn't cow down. She keeps it. She's not, let me tell you something. I'll tell anybody, black women are not angry. We're tired. We are weary because we have watched you walk away from your children and not give it a second thought. And then you tell us our child is fucked up because of us, but I'm working 2 jobs to keep food on the table when I can't get you to buy your own child a pair of socks. I work an extra job part-time so he can play football and basketball, so he can have some dreams of his own. And when I fed him and put him through college and got him everywhere he's supposed to needs to be, and I've done all I can do, you want to show up and say, that's my son? Bitch, if you don't sit down, that's my boy. You get your monkey ass away from here if I hurt you. You bipolar backstabbing cunt of a man. And I'm gonna say this to black women if they listening. If your man don't have all the money that you are owed or whatever you believe that you should get, but he still want to see his children, let that man be a part of his children's life. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he don't want you don't mean he don't want them. He wants to see his baby. Let him take his children and go visit their father and his people, so they'll know where they come from. See, you work, some of you young women working from a place of spite. Man, bitch, if you got 3 or 4 children, let me tell you something. Let that motherfucker take them.
That's what I said.
Mama, why not?
I'm like, you hollering about your
Don't
child?
you want to break? Don't you want to break, you silly bitch?
That's what I said. I'm like, you always hollering about you tired and stuff is difficult. Let them have them for a little bit.
Let him take the kids for a while. Like you can't do shit. You can't do shit because you won't let him help you.
Yeah.
His help might not be all that much money. He may not have all that much money. But if you got money from some brand new Air Force One men, you got money for some socks for your children and some food for them and some clothes for them. But you think because you walk away that you get to have everything and let her figure it out. Then she's forced to make the white man come get you. And you sit in jail because you could have worked it out together and just tried to talk. But it's a 2-way street. Black women, quit being spiteful. It's not amusing. It's not cute.
Communication.
Put them kids in that car so fucking fast, his head was spinning. Go with your daddy. Have a nice weekend.
Before we end the Zoom, I did want to ask you your thoughts on the Dave Chappelle stand up with that community.
Oh man, please, you LBGQRS need to calm down. Let me tell you, you got the rainbow. What the fuck more? I mean, look here. It's enough already. He wasn't even saying nothing bad. He was wishing that the black community had that kind of communal togetherness and they would stand up like you stand up. But instead of you seeing that and admiring that, you gonna make it be some old ugly shit. Man, ain't got time for that.
And they trying to shut everything. They trying to shut the stuff down now. They got some of the stuff, his sponsors and stuff they're trying to get rid of now. Oh,
you know what? Dave is so rich, he don't even give a fuck about sponsors.
That's what I said. You ain't lying.
You keep on doing what you're doing. Stop being silly.
And Netflix paid too.
Huh?
And Netflix paid too much money to cancel him too, because you owe him over $100 million.
They're not
canceling him. Nope.
You're taking this the wrong way, and that's not what he meant or what he said.
Yep.
It wasn't derogatory.
No, at all.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong for that. And I think you need to rethink and watch what he said. Listen to what he said. And it's just silly. It's just silly. And if you feel like that, why don't you meet with him and talk to him? Or maybe he'll meet with you and talk to you.
And that's what he said. He said let's sit down and we can have an intelligent dialogue about it. That's what he said. They don't want to hear nothing about it. They said they want him shut down.
Well, go ahead. Well, you're not gonna get shut down because I guess you didn't follow Trump, did you?
Yeah.
When you're healthy, you don't get shut down. You get chastised. Now you chastise him, move on.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about everybody equally. You're taking everything out of context. That's what I would say.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm wrong, I'll watch it again and see what is your problem? Because I just think that you're killing the whole idea of what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking it wrong. You're taking it wrong. And Dave has never been vicious that I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And you're mistaken about who he is as a person.
Yep.
And that's all I have to say. Yep.
Now I am extremely, extremely blessed to have had this time with you. I feel I've been so excited because, like I said, I've watched you over the years and growing up, and I've watched you. So it's a blessing for me to just be able to sit and talk with you and have this dialogue. Is there any way anybody can reach you on social media?
You can get with me on Facebook. You can messenger me, or you can come on Carnival Cruise Ships and see me live. And that would be a lot of fun. And I'd look forward to meeting you.
Yes. Now, everybody, if you haven't been subscribed to my channel, my YouTube channel, go subscribe and hit the like and everything and comment down on this video. Let's get these subs up.
Okay. Well, let's hope and pray they do. And they they understand what I'm talking about. Or be controversial, not come back.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. So I appreciate you.
No problem.
Thank you for coming on again.
Thank you for having me.
You're on YouTube, baby.